Thank you, John, for having me.
It's a pleasure. Now, I just wondering, from your point of view, how's the story being reported there? And given the government's tight control over the media, is that indicative of where the government actually stands right now in trying to play down this story?
Well, John, what we've been hearing here in the Iranian cities or capital is that there has not been a significant or at least any foreign, meaning Israeli strike against Iranian targets. And what has been said is so far is that some unidentified flying objects or small drones have been intercepted by Iranian air defense system. And in Iran, the feeling is that Israel is trying to save face by exerting a media campaign or psychological operation against Iran in a way that to avoid an escalation. And this could be maybe a paved way out of this escalatory situation in order to put an end to this tit-for-tat process.
In recent days, though, the Iranian leaders had warned that any Israeli attack would trigger a swift and severe response. They were very public about that, saying it almost every day or amping up the rhetoric almost every day. How do they walk that back now?
It doesn't seem to be walked back now because there has been no confirmation of this attack so far. And it seems that this is somehow similar to sabotage acts in the past that Israelis have been trying to do against some Iranian targets. And now they're saying that they have been able to intercept some flying objects on the sky. But what is important for Iran is to maintain that deterrence, equation, because Iran, in terms of the scale of its retaliatory operation against Israel, used hundreds of missiles and drones. And this is somehow incomparable to what, even if there was a limited action today with the Friday morning's incident. So this doesn't seem to be changing that balance, and this is quite important for Iran. But this somehow is interpreted in Tehran as Israel trying to save face, but not to engage in a significant direct conflict with Iran.
Yeah, and that's the point, because US intelligence and others have been warning for a while now, well, not warning, but indicating that Iran did not want a war with Israel, although it was okay with escalating and just wanted to stay away from a direct confrontation. So in many ways, is there a sense of relief almost in Tehran that they were given this off-ramp by the Israelis?
In the past days, we have been seeing that Iran trying to have a turning point in its engagement with Israel. For the first time, it tried to directly act against Israeli targets, but there was a chance that this might, provoke a response from the Israeli side. But I think if there is no clear and visible or significant, if this strike was not from the Israeli side, this cannot change that equation from Iranian perspective. So that's important for Iran to stop any, let's say, significant strike against Iranian interests in the region. So by the time that this is in place, I think we might see a way out of this, escalation. But we have to wait again for more updates in the coming hours or days. And it's a bit early to judge that if it's over or not. But to the moment that we are speaking, I think it doesn't seem to be a regional war emerging. But however, even little, the chances are there yet.
In the grand scheme of things, it's often difficult to gauge Iranian public opinion. But is this a conflict which is driven by the hardliners and the elites within the government who want a much tougher stance on Israel? Where's sort of the general public opinion on all of this? It seems they're far more concerned about the economy and US sanctions and wanting a better life.
John, when it comes to external pressure or threats, or even when it's military threat, it is mostly the case that brings people rally around the flag. And that was a kind of national pride for Iran to respond to Israel, the operation which happened a few days ago. Whether they like the government policies or not, but when it comes to the security issue, many people would support that because they think that this can work as a deterrence, preventing further Israeli attacks in future. Sometimes sooner or later, maybe in future, there could be a war, but they could see this somehow stopping that process. That's why they somehow supported that response. And also, that's the matter of the national pride. And whether they are reformists or conservatives, critical or supportive of the government, because that's the issue of the security, they have been mostly supportive of Iran's action against Israel.